afraid today I'm the bearer of bad news. All those people out there in YouTube land, I'm afraid to say that you don't have perfect time. I know it's a bit of a shock. Hopefully you can take this on the chin, but it's true. You don't have perfect time. I'm afraid to say also you will never have perfect time. So there it is. So what do we have? We have a good sense of time. Everybody has a good sense of time. Maybe they need to just make themselves more aware of it. You see people walking down the street. You don't see lots of people falling over because they can't time their feet. And suddenly both feet go at the same time or whatever and they fall over. You don't have people sort of concentrating on their heartbeats. Oh, making sure, okay, all right, okay, I've got my heartbeat going, I'm in time. We're constantly, time, in fact, let's take it further. The whole of the universe, the whole of matter is vibration. We're all vibrating. Everything is vibrating around us. So we have a good sense of time. Not a perfect sense of time. What is time anyway? We have a good sense of time. It's turning into a physics lesson. Okay, we have a good sense of time. But if you subdivide, you can really enhance your sense of time. So what do we mean by subdivide? What we mean is being able to take a rhythm and hear the subdivisions. So let's say you've got a bar of 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can divide each of those beats into the subdivisions, into quarter notes, 16th notes, then you will find that you will be able to keep time much better. It's the gaps that screw us up. We all know this. When you've got a slow song and there's big gaps between the notes, that's where things go horribly wrong. It's filling the gaps. So theoretically, drummers should really have this down more. In general, they do, not all. So if you're playing and you're thinking rhythm, it's like cutting up a piece of cake. You're cutting it into small pieces. You're not playing all those beats, but you're feeling them. And that gives you a good sense of time. It also gives you a good sense of feel. The second part is to not have a crazy ego and think, I am the creator of time and everybody else in my band must follow me. Because time is agreed by everybody. So playing with other musicians, you have to feel other people's sense of time, and there has to be a consensus because we all have slightly different variations of time. So it's really important. Kick out the ego, listen to other people, and feel how they're kind of feeling the beat, and kind of find some happy medium between how you feel it and how they feel it. Hopefully, if they're clued up as well, they're hearing the subdivisions, but they're also listening to how you play, and they're trying to work in with you. So how do we work on our subdivisions? So everything you play, you have to be subdividing. Good example of this, I used to study with Joe Bartolo, amazing bass player. And he constantly berated us with the fact that we needed to subdivide. And he was an interesting character. He was constantly moving like this through the lessons. And you sort of realise pretty quick that he can't stop subdividing. Amazing, check him out. He played with Buddy Rich, who was the bass player on The Tonight Show, our mentor at Grove School of Music. Anyway, so let's think about this. So we take a bass line. I'm going to take a bass line by Ian Dury and the Blockheads. For anybody who doesn't know Ian Dury and the Blockheads, check them out. Really good band. Okay, and it's a song called What a Waste. So a good way to start is maybe just start with the drum track. Just put on a drum track that's playing those 16ths, just to kind of get you in the feel. Okay, so let's try this. So what have we got there? Everybody can hear that. Okay, so that's a good way to start, but you can't rely on a drum machine. Drum machine's kind of fun. You can kind of think, right, how can I really make this groove with the drum machine? I've got a drum machine. It's just a computer. It's going to play perfect time. I've got to find a way to just kind of groove along with it. Okay, I've got to make this sound really good. So from there, we have to think, okay, well, we've got the subdivisions going in our head. Let's put on a click. Let's just see if we can work with a click. Okay, work on that. Oh, pardon me. And just feel it. Feel the rhythm. Feel the subdivisions. Okay, so from there you could say, well, I want to start cutting down my reliance on these devices to play rhythm, because end game is these things play perfect time. You're never going to play perfect time. Nobody you're ever going to play with is going to play perfect time. So we need to develop our heads to be the metronome, the human metronome. So what if we put a click on 2 and 4? 1, 2. Get that going in your head. We can take it further. You can put a beat on 1, but don't lose sight of the fact that you're not a robot. Okay, what we're developing is our own sense of time. We're never going to be perfect, so that's not the goal here. So from there, we need to start stepping away from the metronome, the drum machine. We've got to feel confident with our own internal feelings of subdivisions. Okay, so more or less it's around the same time. I'm thinking more about groove. I'm thinking about keeping constant. If I was working with a real drummer or a guitarist or whatever, especially a drummer, then I'd be listening to them and thinking, oh, how are they reacting to what I'm playing? How are we locking in? You know, you're never going to have that perfect sense of time. But subdivisions. It's one of the most important things in music, and people don't really think about it. So I'm going to expand on this. I'm going to put out more videos. But I would urge everybody to start subdividing, even if you're reading music. Triplets. What we will look at is playing fast tunes and simplifying in another video. So we're looking at medium tempo tunes where you're cutting up the beat, or slow tempo tunes, cutting up the beat so you're keeping yourself, that metronome in your head is going. In another video we'll look at playing fast tunes and how to simplify, to maybe cut the time so that you're not thinking, oh, subdivisions, you're actually thinking. So this is the two things: you can subdivide and you can simplify. This is what we're going to do over the videos. So I hope this is hopeful as well, helpful, and please check out the next video. This is a very important subject. All musicians should be checking this out.